Hey guys, Tony again from pressurewasher.com. Today we're going to be going over the quick steps for you to winterize your pressure washer. So this is the time of year that the skies are getting grayer, the weather's getting colder, it's getting a little bit windier. If you're in the northern states, you've probably already hit your first frost. So what we want to do is we want to protect our pressure washer through the freezing cold temperatures in the winter. This isn't really going to pertain to most people in the deep south who don't really see temperatures below freezing most of the time, but a lot of places that will see below freezing temperatures, these are steps you need to take to protect your pressure washer and your pressure washer pump through the freezing cold temperatures of the winter. Now, the first step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you disconnected any hoses from your pump, and then you're going to want to disconnect the actual pressure hose from the pump. Make sure that you disconnect it from the gun as well, because what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that there's no water left anywhere. We'll do that by taking the hose, laying it flat on the ground, picking it up, and then we wrap it coil by coil as we pick it up, and this lets the water drain down the hose out to the bottom, and it gets all of the water out of the hose. That way there's none stored in there to freeze over the winter. These hoses are pretty robust, so it's not really a huge issue if you deal with it, but if it's still kind of cold when you break this thing back out in the springtime, you may still have ice in there. It's just a really simple process. It's easy to do, and you don't have to worry about dealing with having any frozen water inside your hose. Next, you're going to want to go to the hardware store and pick up some of this pump saver. It's not super expensive. This one was a little bit over 10 bucks. This is like antifreeze that you're going to spray inside the pressure washer pump to make sure no water gets stuck up in there, or if there is any leftover residual water, it won't freeze over the winter and expand inside the pump and break any of the pieces inside. This is a pretty simple process. You've got your hoses disconnected. You're just going to push this onto the hose side. Make sure it fits securely on there. Next, you'll pop the top on this, press down on the button. You'll see the fluid come through this tube, and then you'll hold it until you start seeing fluid come out of the high pressure side of the pump. Like that. It's important to do this on the grass. I did that here specifically because this antifreeze can stain. So if you want, you're going to want to either put some cardboard down or a protective layer on top of the concrete if you plan on doing it there. I just did it in the backyard. But it's a pretty quick process. And now your pump is safe for the winter. Next, if you're planning on storing your pump with gas in the tank, I recommend getting some fuel stabilizer. This is great even if you're going to keep gas in a storage tank throughout the winter or for a while before you use it. Each one of these, there's a number of different kinds out there. They have their own special mixing that we'll see on the bottle. This one is 1 ounce per gallon for storage. And what you end up doing is you pour 1 ounce, which is, you can see on this bottle here, is labeled down the side. This is a 4 ounce bottle, so go down 2 lines, you poured 1 ounce. Pour that per gallon of gas, and then you're going to start the pressure washer, let it run through, and then you can just put it up for storage, and it should start up right away when you pull it out of storage in the spring. After letting it run for a minute to to let that stabilizer run through the system, you're good to go for the winter, and you'll be ready to jump onto your pressure washer projects as soon as spring comes back around. Thanks for viewing, guys, and remember, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. For more information, check out pressurewasher.com and get out there and tackle those projects.